Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Sunday and we are going to be using a new set of pencils today as well as starting a new page today. This set of pencils I bought off of Amazon. I saw them, they were something I didn't already have and I wanted to give them a try. They are listed as ArtMate Professionals. They are a triangular pencil. The only thing I really am not sure about them, well, I'm not sure about a lot of things on them, but one thing that I dislike as soon as I look at them is there is no names or numbers on the pencil. So I really dislike, I can't say hate because I do have others that don't have names and numbers on them, but I really dislike pencils without names and numbers. So I have them in my set, my pencil holder, and I'll be using that and hopefully keeping them in line because they have no names or numbers. I haven't gone through and readjusted to where they belong in the set, so I'm going to be going through and doing that another time. We're going to give them a try. We're going to use them on Teresa Goodrich's Home Sweet Home, and I have chosen a page. Good afternoon, Dawn. Good afternoon, Catherine. Good afternoon, Angela. Good afternoon, everyone out there in Lurkerland. So these are the pencils that we're going to be using, and we're going to be testing them out today. I did choose a page from the Home Sweet Home. Yes, I did tear it, so ignore that. Because I can't seem to, tear a page out of a book without ripping it. So we're going to be working on this today. All right. Now, our main light source in this room, where a lot of the reflections of the lights are going to come from, of course, is the fireplace. So that's the area that we're going to start working on so that we can make sure that we put that light coming into the room. So we're going to zoom in and we're going to start on the fireplace. Very cold today. Yes, it was cooler today, but it was sunny. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think my glasses are dirty because that looks really blurry. So I'm just going to clean my glasses. Hopefully that isn't blurry for all of you. Could just be me. I have something on my glasses that's making everything look blurry. Dirty glasses will make things look terrible. I have to go in and get my eyes rechecked. I haven't done it in a very long time, and when you wear glasses and you don't do it in a very long time, your prescription changes and suddenly everything's just blurry. Hello, Mandy's. Hello, Marcy. Hello, Alex. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So we're going to start with the box. So we're going to start with some orange colors. So that would be this set here and this set here. So I'm hoping. All right, and the electric sharpener works really well on them, so that's great. We're just going to put a base coat of this light orange color on the bricks. And this is just the base color. This is going to be our brightest color, reflecting that light. Oh, I'm so sorry that you didn't sleep last night. I slept. I went to bed late though. And I do believe that the daylight savings time happened last night, so I'm a little bit off on my timing today. Felt it was much later than it was when I woke up and actually got out of bed. Yep, it's sunny this morning. Thank goodness. I was tired of the wind and the rain yesterday. So that's why we're doing cozy today, because it's still sunny out, but it's cool. One thing that I don't like about pencils that don't have names, numbers, and colors on them, I can't tell you what color I'm using. So, hello, Robin. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, November I usually color more cozy things unless I'm really depressed, and then I color Christmassy things because it cheers me up. We're coming into Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Marcy. I'm glad to hear that she's doing better today, but I do hope that she does a lot better quickly and stays a lot better. That's the worst thing is when our family members start feeling a little bit better and then they don't stay that way. Now I am going to put this underneath the fire box as well, and we'll be coming through, like I said, with other colors. This is just a base color so that we can show that bright reflection of the fire on the flooring of the firebox. And the hearth here. One thing about coloring bricks is you have to remember this is inside an area that gets a lot of soot, a lot of ash, and dirt. So you have to try not to make the bricks look like they're brand new, but not cover them completely in black. So we'll be working on that. And it's a slow process. So yeah, absolutely. I do hope that she gets better soon. She's in my thoughts. Of course, for all of you out there that do have thoughts and prayers and prayer lists and things like that, the one of the founders of the channel, Penny, her husband is going through a lot of things right now and is currently in the ICU. So keep him in your thoughts as well. His name is Jay, so keep him in your prayers. Hopefully he will be better soon. He's going through cancer treatments and things like that. So she hasn't been around in quite a while because of it. But she is always in my prayers every single day. Every day she's in my thoughts. So well, yeah, there's that, but we want to keep her around as long as possible. Isn't 91 the new 50? Although some days I feel that I'm just hitting the 50 and I feel 91 some days. So she's doing better than me. Almost all done with the base coat on these bricks. Okay, and then we're going to put that in upside down so that we know we've used that one. And then we're going to come in with this one here, I think. We will soon find out. Yeah, I think this one here. Yeah, it's a little red, but that's okay. To go with that one on top of it. Oh dear. It is. It is definitely hard. Giving a dog a bath is definitely one of those things that will take time, effort, and although I am thinking of a very large dog, our dog was not one to take a little bit of time to bathe. We had to manhandle her into the tub. It was easier to shower her. Put a leash on her and take her into the walk-in shower was so much easier than trying to get her in the bathtub. Alright, I need my... I hope you get some sleep too. Sleep is one of those necessities. I'm going to use some black. Up at the top there. Yeah, that would have knocked the wind out of me. Yeah, Shiloh was not an easy dog to bathe. She was okay when she was little, but as she got older and larger, she figured out that she could jump out of the tub and there was nothing I could do about it. And she quite happily did so. Excuse me. I do hope you sleep better tonight too, Dawn. And we're going to take the black. Hello, Della. I hope you are doing well. How is sister? Yes, I used a light yellow orange first, and then I'm going in with a red brown and then a brown and a little bit of black. I could have used a terracotta color, but I wanted that red brick look, and I used the orange to put the highlight on it. Well, you're not supposed to wear her out. I'm glad that you guys had some fun. Got some exercise in. Hello, Gia. Welcome, welcome. Put a little bit more black on this one, just at the top there. Sweet. I'm glad you went. Just blending that black into the brick a little bit more there. Of course, each brick we want it to look a little different because bricks are different. Were you able to take pictures or anything while you were there? I know that a lot of theaters don't like you taking pictures of the performance, but some allow you to. nice. That is very cool. All right. I'm also going to take this one back. And I'm going to put that light source back in to the bricks here, especially in the edge here as it's going closer to that flame. This brown. And hopefully we're not just coloring the fireplace today. If we are, that's fine too. We'll come back next weekend and work on it some more. Let me know when you get tired of coloring bricks and I'll move on to something else. I'll finish this wall of bricks and then we'll move on to the fire itself. And then we can move on to things in the room. I like to do the fire first because that gives me the ability to see where the fire is going to flicker. So as you know, with flames, the brightest part of the flame is where that bright light is going to flicker from. Sometimes there's little flickers all the way through a flame, especially when you've got logs like this. There's going to be flicker all the way through, so you want to be able to see where that bright area is going to be glowing on the furniture. That's the way my brain works anyway. I want to see where that flame's going to come out at. Yes, Thanksgiving is coming very soon. I actually have Thanksgiving off. It is one of the only days that my office is closed. Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. Gets crazy around Black Friday though. Start adding that brighter color in here. This is just a relayer of the original color, the first color I laid down. I'm just going over top of the other colors, blending them together. Awesome. Not a problem at all. Lurk away. Make sure you bark all those orders. Well, the great thing about my chat is it usually doesn't matter a whole lot if you're in top chat or live chat. I don't have enough people in my streams to really have that make a huge difference. Not like Emily or Shannon or Angela. I know that I've had that issue a couple of times with Angela's streams. I always have to make sure I'm in live chat when I'm in Emily's streams, otherwise I can't see anybody saying anything. It's okay, Marcy, you probably were not the only one having a top chat party, just saying. Thank you. I love how cozy this page is. It's got leaves on the trees and that, but I'm going to make them fall colored leaves, so we'll make it a fall day outside. Hello, Belle. Welcome, welcome. So these are a set that I bought off of Amazon. They are listed below the scene there. They're an Art Mate Professional. They have 120 colors. They do not have names or numbers on them, so you kind of just gotta guess. They are a triangular pencil, but I have listed them below the video with a link. They seem to be working really well on the Teresa Goodrich paper here. They're blending really nicely. They are a little bit crumbly, so I am getting a little bit of dust, so that's why I'm using my brush a lot. And welcome, Belle. I had gift cards. So my youngest son wanted something off of Amazon, and I didn't want him using my gift cards that I won from work for his thing. So I saw a set of pencils that I hadn't seen before. So that's what I did. I've said, okay, you can use my Amazon account, but I have to use up those cards. So when you put in your order, put this in there too. Then I made him pay the extra $3 that I didn't have on my Amazon cards for them. I won a contest at work during customer service week. So I won an Amazon gift card. Thank you. They're coming along. These ones down here, we're going to start getting a little bit darker at the bottom. The tops are going to be a little bit lighter up to this point. And then below that is going to be a little bit darker, just like up here. Because even though there's still a little bit of a glow down there, we're going to be seeing more of it up where the flame is. Yeah, I've never heard of them. Well, I've heard of the brand, but I hadn't seen them with a triangular black barrel, so that's why I bought them. Because they were new to me. And they do sharpen really well in the electric sharpener. Yeah, I finished the third October page yesterday, and that's why we're working on a cozy page today. It's always good to get those pages done. I bet it turned out beautifully. I'll brush that off. Nice. Okay. So we put down that brown red first because we want to have these ones a little bit darker than the ones above. And then we're going to add that red. Now we are still going to leave a little bit of a highlight there because there's still light coming off of that fire. However, down here it's not going to be as bright. Hello, Shar. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. All right, I'm going to dust that off. Then we're going to come back through. All right, so there we have our main bricks there. So I'm just going to keep these ones out because we've got, oh, and completely missed an entire brick here. There we go. I don't know how I managed to miss that one, but I completely missed the one in the middle. All right, now we're going to do the middle parts of the brick. So we need to grab this this one. I need to grab a gray and then we'll grab the black. Because we want the soot to show on the grout. As well as the shadow from the outside of the firebox. So these are a new set that I just got a little while ago, done by Artmate. I bought them off of Amazon. I have not done a review on them yet. I still have to sort them and put them in color order before they drive me crazy. But they seem to be working really well. They're about $40 on Amazon. The link is below the video. Nice, Shar. Well, welcome to the live stream. Usually live Saturday and Sunday. Glad you were able to make it to the live stream. I know that in the winter, the live streams have a little bit more people because of the fact that it's yucky outside and you get to cozy up and watch us color cozy things. So, hello, Carol. Welcome, welcome. Now I'm going to use the black. Especially in the corner and up at the top underneath each of the bricks. Because we want that soot buildup to look like it's filling in the areas between the bricks. Because we all know that fireplaces are not clean. If your fireplace is clean, you don't use it enough. Especially with wood fire. All right, now for the areas that we want that brighter lighting to be and the glow from our fireplace, we're going to take a yellow. So we're going to take this one here, I think. Actually, I think it's this one. Yeah. Bye, Dawn. Have a good day. Hopefully you get some rest. And we're going to come in and we're just going to put a very light layer of that yellow on the grout. The brighter areas there. And that takes care of the fireplace itself. Now I'm going to put these aside because we've got more bricks to do in the back, but we're going to move on from the bricks to the fire itself. So we're going to take this yellow that we used for the glow on the grout for the base color of the fire. Now remember there's logs in here, so we're not going to color the logs a whole lot yet. But we are going to put a little bit of that flame down below, coming up into the log area here, like so. All right. And then we're going to come in with our orange. Thank you, Alex. right, and then we're going to come in with an orange, and we're going to start at the bottom. And we're going to work our way to the top with the orange, the bottom of each flame. So where the flame comes in, leaving a lot of that yellow there. And don't forget to come in with your embers down below. So we're going to add that little bit of orange into the logs at this point, where those logs are coming in contact with the flame, because that is going to be an ember. And we're going to be coming in with a lot of black on those logs. So we want to put that orange and red in there now. And then we're going to come in with some red. So I need this one. And the red is going to be very, very small at the bottom. In the hottest part. Lurk away. Put some red where it's connecting to that flame, where those deeper embers are going to be glowing. And now we're going to take some black. I'm going to show a couple of different twists in the fire itself. Then we're going to add this burn to the logs. A little bit more black there, a little bit there. Then we're going to come back through with that yellow. And we're going to just blend it all together. All right. Now we're going to come in with the black and we're going to start adding the soot and the ash, the burn char on the wood. And then we're going to come in and do our wood colors. And come through with a little bit of gray off of the black. And then we want this one for the ends. That didn't happen, you see it? There was no breakage there. Get off my page. Get rid of the broken part, quick. And I'm going to take this one. And I want a little bit more in there. Like so. Hello, Mona. All right, so there we have our fire done. So this one goes back in here. This one goes back in here. This one goes there. And those ones are all brick colors. Now, for our grate, we're going to start with the gray. Because I'm going to do this in iron. Yeah, they lay down really, really smooth. They do have a little bit of dusting, so they do need to be brushed away, especially if you have hands like mine that like to move everything around. But other than that, so far they're laying down really nicely. So, and I want this one. Thank you, Gia. This is a little bit of a browny black color, but I want to have it almost resemble the wood, just dark inside in this area. And we'll come back through with a little bit of black as well. All right. Now I want this one. And add a little tiny bit of the blue-gray to it. Thank you. I learned how to color fire by watching Monya Gates. She has a tutorial on her channel that definitely will teach you how to make sure you have all of the elements of the fire. She uses way more colors than I do. She is one that uses a lot of different colors. She uses a lot of greens, a lot of blues, yellows, and she uses a lot more different colors than I do, but she is fantastic. Absolutely. Absolutely she is. She is brilliant. And I think if you do exclamation point Monja, Monja, um, it should give her channel link, but I can't guarantee it. I may not have updated it lately. And Nightbot doesn't like it when you don't update it. All right. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Angela. There is Monya's channel link. A lot of her tutorials and her colorings are on there. I know that she's been doing a lot more with Patreon. I don't know if she's doing as many public streams as she used to because she ended up getting a 9 to 5 job as well. So she did the same thing I did, got a 9 to 5 job, and life took over. But she's a master artist, that's for sure. She's not just a colorist, she's actually a drawing artist. She has several coloring books of her own out that she has drawn, and they're fabulous. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit of yellow onto the firebox here. This is a darker yellow than I used for the fire, but we want that glow on there. Like so. Yep, yep. That is definitely a cozy, warm and cozy picture. That will be. All right, going to come back through with that gray. Okay. And there we have our fire. So now we see where the brightest parts of the fire are, which is up here. We've got a lot of glow coming off of the embers here. So we're going to have a glow area here and here, and up here a little bit on the pillow's edge as well. So those are the glow areas that we're going to be utilizing when we get to that point and we're coloring the furniture. Now there's also going to be glow areas on the wood on the outside as well. So we've got to make sure that we put those in before we start adding those wood colors. So we're going to start off with a very light brown. Where did I put it? Which I think is this one, I hope. Thank you, Angela. So we're going to put in a really light layer of this for the edge where that firelight is going to come in. Like that. And then we're going to start coming in with those darker colors. So we want to come in with this one, I think. Yes. So this one. And we're just going to, and this is just a really light base layer over top of the yellow. Going a little bit darker up at the top. Where that shadow is going to be. Alright, and then that one goes back, and then this one comes out. Yeah. Put a little too much pressure on it. If you sharpen your pencils really sharp, be careful to not put too much pressure on it. As a rule with any pencil, you should try not to do that. I have a tendency to put a lot of pressure on my pencils. Sometimes when I'm trying to get a color blend. Now I need a dark brown. It's a little red. We want this one. This one. Lurk away, Angela, lurk away. just building that color one on top of the other. So now the edges. So I'll make sure I grab the right one. I need this one here first. And then how about this one? And then we come back with this one. Like so. All right, so there's our wood around the firebox. Now we've got the mantle and the sideboards there, and I'm going to do those in white. So we're going to be adding a little bit of yellow to it, a little bit of gray to it. So I need the blue-gray, I think, is what I want to work with. Maybe. I'm going to use this purple gray here. And hopefully it's the color I think it is. Yep, sooty gray color. Alright. So we're going to come in under here. With that shadow. And we've got to come in under the decorative areas here, also with the shadow. So wherever there's going to be an overhang is going to have that shadow. And under here, this area here. Thank you. And then we can come down here on the edges. The shadow under here. And it'll look a lot different once we add the other colors into it as well, because we all know that white isn't just white. You know, if you look at something that's white, you've got the shadows or the change of color depending on how you're looking at it. Now there's going to be a little bit of yellow, so I'm going to take a very pale yellow. Maybe. And we're going to put a little bit of that yellow right here. A little bit of it right here. And right there. A little tiny bit of it here. And a little bit of it here. Just so that when we bring that white in, it's going to give us that glow. Even though it's a little far away from the fire itself, it's still going to have a little bit of that glow, and that's what we want to make sure is still showing on the outside as well. Okay. Then we've got a little ledge here. Okay. Now, that one goes back in there, and I need this one. Now we're going to use a bit of a darker purple color. I don't think that one goes there. That one goes here. Yeah. I've lost where this pencil goes. Actually, we're going to use a gray silvery color, silvery green color first, and then we're going to use the white. So under the plant and areas that are going to have a lot heavier shadow, I'm adding that green gray color. Just to put in just a slight bit of heavier shadow. And then we'll come in with the white. Got a little bit of a shadow coming off of the furniture here as well. So we're going to put that shadow here. It's not going to be a heavy shadow because it's coming, the light's coming from this way, but it's still going to do a bit of an off cast there. Same with down here. Just going to put a little tiny bit of it there. Like so. And this, of course, is going to be the furthest from the light, so we're going to put a heavier shadow here. All right. And now the white. And we're going to blend this all together. Try not to sharpen your pencil too sharp. Now, if you wanted this extremely opaque, you definitely could use a Prismacolor white. This white is still quite a bit more translucent than, say, the Prismacolor white. But because it's white paper behind, it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It's more just to put the color down and spread the other colors and soften the edges of those other colors out. And I am using a really heavy hand on this because I want it to spread those colors out. Pick them up and move them around. Make sure that they are showing where they need to be, but also giving that shadow effect elsewhere. They definitely are. All right, so that is the hearth and the mantle done. Let's see, what time is it? So we've got about half an hour left. Let's do the sofa. I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit. First, I'm going to drink a little bit of coffee. Yes, absolutely good for coloring snow. Anything that has a white to it, those lavender colors, blues, lavenders, and blue grays are really great for those shadows. All right, so the sofa. Oh, let's put this color back first. I think the sofa wants to be, thank you, Catherine. Let's see, what color does the sofa want to be? Now we got to think of the different aspects to the room. So we of course don't want everything to clash. We want the sofa, the pillows, the plaids. Now there's going to be plaids in here, both on the curtain tie as well as the ottoman. So we want to make sure that those colors don't clash. So I think we're going to do the sofa. Oh, no problem at all. Yep. Now I was going to go with either a green gray or um, orange, but I think the orange is going to blend too much with the, yeah, I think I'm going to go with that green gray color. So I'm going to start off with one of the colors that we used in there. First of all, okay, so I need gold, silver, I need that one and that one. So where's the other one? I think that's in my hand too. I'm going to have to test a couple of colors here because I think I've lost my place. So that is definitely the brown gray. I think that's the lighter green gray and the darker. Okay, so I need those two. And that one goes there. I think I want to use a little bit of green in it. So let's grab this one. This one. Okay, so we're going to color with these three colors. Yeah, the pillows can have orange in them. The ottoman and the curtains are going to have that orange in them as well. All right, so we're going to start off with this really pale green-gray color. Which you probably can't see a whole lot of color in. And I'm just going to put a very light layer of it. This is going to be our blending color as well as our highlight color. All right. Let me know if I need to zoom out a little bit more. I have a tendency to start moving things around and then I'm not on screen anymore. Right now I'm not trying to be all fancy or perfect with the layer because we're going to be going over this. This is just the base layer so that we can build that color up. Okay, and there is our base layer. Hi there, Yana. Welcome home. Now we're going to come back here. And I'm going to actually move you down a little. Just because I keep on moving the page down so that I can get to it easier. And we're going to move it this way and zoom it out that way. There we go. Now is when I'm starting to get a little bit more precise on where I'm putting that color and how much color I'm putting down. If I'm using a heavier hand or a lighter hand. And this teal green color is going to be moved into the gray green color with the next color. So this is going to be our darkest color, but because I want to lighten it with the other color that I'm going to put down, I wanted to put it down first so that it didn't overtake completely and have a teal colored couch instead. I want it to have that green gray, mossy gray kind of color. Home Sweet Home out of Creative Haven, Teresa Goodridge. All the links for the pencils as well as the book are below the video. Hello, Lori. Welcome, welcome. Don't mind me if I go all silent. I map things out in my head sometimes and end up going silent on everybody because I'm still mapping things out in my head. Oh, no problem at all. Yeah, Home Sweet Home, Teresa Goodrich. That is the one that I am using right now. That's what I'm coloring out of. All right. Now we're going to use this one, which is the green gray. And we're going to pull some of that blue green into it and move it into those shadows. Like I said, I wanted it to blend that color together to give it that green gray color instead of the teal color. Though the teal color would have been good, yeah, as well. So teal is a nice color for a couch too. But I want it to be kind of that sagey color. especially with pets. Yeah, want something that doesn't show as much of the fur. Although the sagey color might show a lot of the fur unless I do the cat gray. Even then it's going to show the fur. Okay, good. Take that. All right. Sorry if I was off screen. Like I said, I have a tendency to lose concentration on things, and next thing you know, I'm way up there. Thank you, Angela. I hope that's enough scooching that I've done. If not, let me know. I can scooch more. A little bit more, anyway. I can scooch the camera, though. Yep. I do that. I get focused, and next thing you know, I'm off screen. Hopefully we'll get the couch done. And then next weekend we'll get the rest of the page finished. Yeah, exactly. She better keep start going before the cat runs off with all of it. She's already run off with one ball. I am assuming that she is going to be making Christmas sweaters for everybody in the family. Or he. You never know. Found out my dad has taken up crocheting, which was kind of surprising to me. One of the senior ladies that lives in the communities and has been teaching him how to crochet. It's like, okay, whatever. Whatever makes you happy, Dad. Keeps you out of trouble. Now we're going to go back with the lighter color and we're going to start putting a little more pressure. And blending that all together. Yep, yep, yeah. There's a lot of guys that crochet. I don't know any of them other than my dad. I do have to call my cousin after stream and see how he's doing. He was not given a good diagnosis last week, so. My ex used to knit, but yeah. Yeah, it's so hard because they're so far away. And, I would love to see him before anything happens. Um, but because they're so far away and I can't take any more time off work to go see him, I'm not going to be able to do that anytime soon. So I told him he's not allowed to, he's not allowed to go do what the doctor says is going to happen until, later, much later. He's not a lot more, he's not much older than me. He's like 12 years older than me or something like that. 10 years older than me. Yeah, I was really, really sad to hear it. I haven't seen him in a few years. And they were thinking about now that the kids have all moved out and things are different at home, they were thinking about coming down here for a visit, but it's probably not going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to dust that off. All right, I'm going to zoom it out. Now we've got a little bit of an edge here where I want to put some yellow from the fireplace. So we've got a little area there that's going to have that glow. A little bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit here. Of course, brighter on the edge. And then we can feather it in like that. And then we have our glow on the sofa. All right, so that's how far we've gotten today. We've gotten the fireplace and the mantle and the couch done. Now we've only got about 5 minutes left, so I'm not going to do anything else at this point. Over the week, if I have time, I will come through and continue on with the bricks. We'll try to get all that brickwork done before next weekend, and then next weekend we will continue on with the building of the colors there. So I'm just going to try to put these pencils away, and hopefully I got them in the right order. If not, not a big deal, because I'll be going through and changing everything anyway. So at some point I have to go through and correct all of the pencils into the right space. So those are the browns. So I'll probably just have to redo the chart. All right, everybody. Thank you all very much for coming and hanging out. I do appreciate you. I do hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And of course, always, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Until next time, bye-bye for now.